The project What Language Means to Me was born from our curiosity to know more about how children value the different languages, how they interact with these languages, as well as how these languages shape up their identity. Our main concerns were the use and bonds that children create with the different languages, not only in their lives but also in their context. Therefore, the aim of this research is to discover and grasp the different relations that are built between students and languages.
To start our research, we got in contact with a project called Entorn Escolar. As sometimes the work done in the schools is not enough, especially for kids with difficult and personal backgrounds, Entorn Escolar ensures a space for children and teenagers to get the support that they need with their schoolwork. They work with students from 6 to 16 years old, reinforcing their learning and doing other activities to support their education.
This project is one of many of Casal dels Infants, a non-governmental organization aimed at accompanying children and adolescents at risk of social exclusion. As it is presented in their website, they strive to improve and overcome social inequalities that negatively affect these children. They fight to achieve a fairer society, open and welcoming, formed by people with a critical vision, as well as a responsible society that, among others, does not accept poverty as an inherited aspect.
El projecte d'entorn escolar, inicialment estava molt enfocat a la part acadèmica, perquè sorgia d'aquestes necessitats que trobem socioculturals del barri, de fer un reforç a les famílies, sobretot, que presenten com necessitats d'acompanyament, i en el tema de l'escolaritat, a vegades a les escoles amb més complexitat falta com aquest suport, i volíem com oferir com aquest servei per poder assolir l'èxit escolar dels infants. Però inicialment estava com molt enfocat a aquest àmbit, però després vam decidir canviar-ho i donar-li com una volta, tenint present més la part integral de la persona, no tant com, òbviament, com aconseguir aquest èxit escolar, però nosaltres des d'Entorn Escolar, sobretot el cas de l'Entorn Escolar Raval, vam creure com important tenir present les parts de les habilitats socials i personals. Creiem que és com una part fonamental per poder assolir les altres necessitats o capacitats o que puguin aconseguir, perquè sobretot nosaltres treballem molt el que és l'expressió, i el fet de la part social és bàsica per poder assolir la resta.
According to official data, Raval, which is the neighborhood in which our project is based, has the highest index of immigration rate in Barcelona, with a 45.1% of Raval's population. Most of the families come from Philippines, Pakistan, Italy, Ecuador and Bangladesh, and they are part of the lower or middle class. Poverty, family breakdowns, children at risk of social exclusion, and drug dependencies are some of the social conflicts that are found in this area of Barcelona. Furthermore, Raval has high unemployment rates and low academic results, with a high index of school failure, being the low proficiency in the school official languages one of the reasons behind it. However, this last aspect has been progressively improved during the last years, with more students succeeding in their studies. Part of this educational improvement is due to the actions carried out by some organizations aimed at warranting equal opportunities for everyone, such as Casal dels Infants. We have chosen to carry out our research in this neighborhood due to its high plurilingual diversity. Most of the students that attend the schools in Raval have immigrant backgrounds.
Plurilingualism is the key element of our project, and our main focus in the whole process has been treating the concept as a linguistic and cultural value and richness. This conception of the concept has allowed us to discover the coexistent plurilingualism among the kids from Raval, as well as has allowed them to be aware of their plurilingual resources, of how do they use them, and how important is all the knowledge they have from the different languages. Furthermore, our interest has been also focused on knowing if the children use strategies such as code switching or translanguaging in their daily communications. Finally, we wanted to give huge importance on how do they understand plurilingualism and observe through a debate if they were aware of their linguistic competences and how do they value them. Definitely, treating plurilingualism as a linguistic and cultural value and richness for the students, we wanted to encourage children reflection on the languages they use and allow them to be conscious of how all of them shape their identity and to realize on how much do they use their plurilingual resources to understand, communicate with others or express themselves.
Bueno, jo crec que és també entendre en quin moment estan fent l'ús d'aquesta llengua, no? Si a vegades s'ha donat, per exemple, algun moment com puntual de que hem vist que al final és com una segregació, de que s'està generant com un petit gueto i que no s'estan relacionant i que ho estan fent potser com per diferenciació o alguna cosa així, llavors sí que intentem incidir, no?, en aquest tipus de comunicació. Però en el cas de quan estem veient que el que estan fent és reforçar i acompanyar, per exemple, el seu company o la seva companya, com en algun cas que tenim de cicle inicial, amb la nena nouvinguda, que a vegades les seves companyes em diuen jo li explico en Bangladesh, no? O sigui, en Bangla, perdó. I és com, ok, cap problema, perquè al final és com allà on jo no puc arribar, doncs crec que també és com enriquidor que puguin acompanyar-me, no?, en això. I de fet nosaltres, bueno, a mi m'encanta aprendre i els dic, com es diu això? Com, no? Que no és tant ensenyar només, sinó jo també aprendre, perquè és com bidireccional en aquest sentit.
In order to explore the topic of our concern, we decided to develop an activity that allowed children to think about the different languages that are present in their lives and, secondly, to reflect on the importance and roles they attribute to these languages.
The technique that better suited with this purpose was language biographies. This method consists on making the participants deliberate about their own personal experiences, relating them to the languages. In other words, they have to think about the roles that they attribute to different languages. Language biographies can be presented in different formats, and we thought that the silhouette setup was the most appropriate for children. Therefore, we provided them with a blank silhouette and the instruction of painting it according to how they considered the different languages in their lives. Finally, we carried out a discussion in which we wanted them to explain to their peers the reasons why they had decided to paint the silhouette the way they did.
After developing the project, we have reached 4 main conclusions. First of all, we consider that the task we have done with children in Casal dels Infants has been an opportunity for them to reflect on the diverse languages that are present in their lives. Nevertheless, we would like to emphasize that these students already had a huge degree of language awareness. Since, for example, one child considered Bangla as an important language for him, although he was not able to speak it nor understand it. This is because it is his friend's home language and he was conscious about its existence and the importance it has for other people around him.
Another factor with which we have come up is that the majority of students give a lot of importance to English, and they justify it by affirming that it is a language that most of people understand and that is going to allow communication in the case they do not have a common language with the other speakers. From this statement, we can perceive an implicit hierarchical conceptualization of languages where English is seen and understood as useful for one's future and career, while the minority languages that are already known and used by those children are devaluated in this sense. We can also identify this hierarchical relation between languages when analyzing the language biographies of children. From the drawings, we can identify how the distribution of languages goes from the majority languages to the minority ones, as well as in the explanation where the majority languages seem to have more importance than their own or their home languages.
In addition, after having analyzed the discussion developed with children, we have realized that they use their plurilingual competence in order to achieve communication, not only with their peers or in class, but also in their own home. During the discussion, we get to see how children develop their repertoires in order to explain their experiences with languages, using code switching or mediating in their home languages between one another.
Finally, as Ofelia Garcia states, children who come to school speaking in ways that differ from the languages practiced are often stigmatized. During the discussion arose similar experiences among children who felt left apart or labeled as different or for having a home language which was not usual for their classmates. We consider that this attitude is motivated by the low promotion of linguistic diversity among children. Therefore, the only way to avoid these discrimination bearings is enhancing language awareness and respect for all cultures and languages.